Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're doing something a little different. We're diving deep into the world of motorcycle tires.
Motorcycle tires.
I know. It might not sound super exciting at first, but these things are seriously more important than most people realize. We've got this awesome article here. It's called Motorcycle Tires, a Comprehensive Buyer's Guide. It's
Uh,
by Kashif Shahzad from www.bikistan.com.
yeah, I've seen that one.
And let me tell you, it's packed with insights. Seriously, this guide could totally change your writing game.
Yeah, for real. Most riders just don't get it. They don't realize how much goes into tire design or the huge impact the right tire choice can make.
Right. I mean, think about it. We're talking about the only contact point between your bike
Mm,
and the road.
exact.
Your tires are whispering secrets to you.
Secrets.
Yeah, about grip and handling, maybe even a little bit of speed, if you listen closely enough.
Okay, I like that.
So let's decode those whispers.
Let's do it.
First things first, this article. It breaks down tire types into three main categories. There's use, tread pattern, and construction.
Three big ones.
Yeah.
And they're all super important. They all work together to make a tire that's perfect for a specific rider and environment.
Okay, makes sense. So let's start with use. What does that even mean for motorcycle tires?
Okay, so think about it like this. Where do you imagine yourself riding?
Okay.
Zipping through city streets, carving those canyons on twisty roads, or maybe getting down and dirty on some off-road trails.
I like the sound of that last one.
Each scenario, each one needs a different tire.
So if I'm mostly a city rider, cruising around town, running errands, commuting, that kind of thing, am I looking for street tires?
You got it. Street
Yeah.
tires, they're like your everyday workhorses. They're all about providing that balance of grip, durability, and comfort. For that kind of riding you just described.
Okay, so reliable handling in dry or wet conditions, decent mileage, a smooth, predictable ride. Makes sense. But what if my ideal weekend involves escaping the pavement and hitting some trails, maybe, exploring some forest roads, or tackling some more challenging terrain? What kind of tire can handle that?
Ooh, now things are getting interesting. For that kind of riding you'd want to look into. Off-road or dual sport tires.
Okay.
These are the adventurers
Hmm.
of the tire world. They're designed with these aggressive tread patterns.
Aggressive tread pattern.
Yeah. You know those deep grooves and knobby bits? They bite into loose surfaces like gravel, mud, sand. They give you that traction you need.
Okay, yeah, now that you mention it, I remember seeing those tires and thinking, wow, those look like they belong on a monster truck. But I guess it's function over form when it comes to off-roading.
Absolutely. Those knobby treads might not win any beauty contests,
No.
but they are crucial for digging into that loose terrain, giving you the grip to stay upright when things get rough.
It's like having claws on your bike.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I'm starting to see how this works. So I've got street tires for the everyday riding and off-road tires for, well, going off-road. What other use categories are there?
Yep.
What if I'm, let's say, a bit of an adrenaline junkie? You know, the kind that loves pushing the limits on a racetrack?
Ah, a speed demon.
Are there tires specifically for that?
You bet there are. For those who live for speed
Yeah.
and precision on the track, we've got racing tires.
Racing tires.
These are the thoroughbreds of the tire world. They're engineered to maximize grip and performance. At high speeds,
Oh.
they let you lean into corners with total confidence and push your bike to its limits.
That sounds intense.
But there was a trade-off. Those high-performance characteristics, they often mean faster wear and tear.
So it's like choosing the right tool for the job. If you're racing, you prioritize grip and performance, even if it means replacing tires more often.
Yeah, it's all about what matters most to you.
Makes sense.
And speaking of choosing the right tool,
Yeah.
there's one more use category that we should mention.
Oh.
Touring tires.
Touring tires.
Imagine you're planning a long-distance motorcycle trip covering hundreds, even thousands of miles. You're going to need a tire that's built for comfort, stability, and long-lasting performance.
Oh. So these are like the marathon runners of the tire world?
Precisely. Touring tires are all about providing a smooth, comfortable ride over long distances.
Okay.
They often have reinforced constructions to handle heavier loads, like luggage and gear,
What?
and they prioritize mileage over outright grip or extreme performance.
So they're perfect for riders who prioritize comfort and longevity for those epic adventures.
Exactly.
Wow, it's amazing how each tire type has its own personality and purpose. But wait, the article also mentioned tread patterns. How did those fit into all of this?
Yes, tread patterns are like the fingerprints of a tire. They reveal a lot about its intended use and performance.
Okay, tell me more about these tread patterns.
All right, so the most basic distinction is between slicks, semi-slicks, and all-terrain tires.
Slicks, semi-slicks.
And all-terrain tires. Yep. Slick tires, as the name suggests. They have minimal or no tread pattern at all.
No tread pattern at all.
They provide maximum contact with the road surface, which translates to incredible grip, especially in dry conditions. You'll see these mostly on racetracks, where riders need ultimate adhesion to the pavement.
So, slicks are all about pure grip, but I'm guessing they're not so great in the rain.
You're right. Without any grooves to channel water away, slicks can lose grip easily. On wet surfaces,
Makes sense.
that's where semi-slicks come in.
Semi-slick.
They offer a compromise. Between grip and versatility,
Yeah, okay.
they have some tread pattern, often concentrated on the sides, to provide better water evacuation and handling in wet conditions, while still maintaining a good amount of contact for dry grip.
Ah, so they're like the all-rounders.
Exactly.
Balancing grip and safety.
And then we have the all-terrain tires, which we talked about earlier.
Right.
These are the ones with those aggressive knobby treads. They're designed to grip loose surfaces, like dirt, gravel, and mud.
Those knobby tires.
They're the go-to choice. For off-road adventures, they offer maximum traction and stability in challenging terrain.
So, tread patterns. It's all about adapting to different riding conditions and surfaces.
Exactly.
But wait, there's one more category we haven't talked about yet. Construction.
Oh, yeah.
What's that all about?
Construction. It refers to how the tire is built and plays a big role in its performance, durability, and overall feel.
Okay.
The most common type of construction is pneumatic,
Pneumatic.
which basically means the tire's filled with air,
Right.
or sometimes nitrogen,
Yeah.
to provide that cushioned ride.
So, pretty much every car and motorcycle tire I've ever seen is pneumatic.
Most likely, yeah.
Yeah.
But there is another type of construction worth mentioning, even though it's less common.
What is it?
Solid tires,
Solid tires.
as the name suggests.
Yeah.
These tires are made of solid rubber, no air needed.
Solid rubber tires. Wow, that sounds hardcore.
They are. Solid tires are incredibly durable, virtually puncture-proof,
Wow.
but they're also much heavier and less comfortable to ride on.
Yeah,
You mostly find them in specialized applications, like industrial vehicles or some off-road machinery, where durability and puncture resistance
yeah.
are super important.
Okay, so we've got a pretty good grasp now of the different ways to classify motorcycle tires.
Yeah.
Use, tread pattern, and construction. It's like
Yeah.
we've unlocked a secret code to understanding these things. But now I'm wondering, how do we actually choose the right tires for our own specific needs? It seems like a lot to consider.
It is. Choosing the right motorcycle tire, it's kind of like solving a puzzle.
A puzzle.
Yeah. You need to think about your riding style, the type of motorcycle you have, the conditions you typically ride in, and even your budget.
Yeah, that's a lot.
But don't worry, we'll break it all down in the next part of our deep dive.
Sounds good. All right, so we've explored this whole world of tire types, from street tires to off-road tires, but now comes the real challenge, choosing the perfect tires for our own books and our own riding styles.
Yeah. It can be overwhelming. You walk into a tire shop and you're confronted with this wall of options. It's like, where do we even begin?
Exactly. So let's break it down. What's the first thing that we need to think about when choosing motorcycle tires?
The most important thing
Yeah.
is to be honest with yourself
Mm-hmm.
about your riding purpose.
Yeah.
You know, how do you actually use your motorcycle?
Most of the time.
Most of the time,
So to me, it's not about dreaming of hitting the racetrack. If 90% of my time
right?
is spent commuting in city traffic.
Exactly. You don't want to be splurging on high-performance racing tires so they're just going to wear out quickly from everyday commuting.
Right. It's about matching the tire to your actual riding style and needs.
Exactly.
Makes sense. So let's say I'm primarily a commuter, riding on paved roads, dealing with traffic, maybe the occasional rain shower. What should I be looking for in a tire?
In that case,
They're-
you're going to want street tires.
Street tire.
They're going to give you that grip,
Yeah.
especially in wet conditions,
Yeah.
and that durability and longevity, since you'll be racking up miles.
Okay. Grip and durability for the daily grind.
Exactly.
Got it. But what if my riding is a little bit more spirited? Yeah. Weekend rides on twisty back roads, maybe pushing the pace a little bit, enjoying those lean angles.
Ah, I see you're a canyon carver.
Maybe.
In that case, you might want to consider sport touring tires.
Sport touring tires.
Yeah, they offer a nice blend of performance and longevity.
Yeah.
So you get that excellent grip for those spirited rides. But they still offer decent mileage for everyday use.
Sport touring. The best of both worlds.
I like it.
But what about those of us who are drawn to the call of the wild, the dirt roads, the trails, less traveled?
Oh, yeah. For the adventurous souls out there, it's got to be off-road or dual sport tires.
Off-road or dual sport?
These are designed to handle the rough stuff with those aggressive tread patterns we talked about.
Right. Those knobby tires that look like they could climb a mountain.
Exactly. Those knobs. They're crucial for digging into loose surfaces like dirt, gravel, mud.
Yeah.
Giving you that traction and stability when you go off the beaten path.
Okay.
Off-road tires, they typically sacrifice some on-road performance and longevity, so it's a trade-off.
Right. So if I'm picturing myself crossing continents, loaded up with gear, exploring everything from highways to back roads to maybe even a few dirt trails along the way.
Sounds like an adventure.
What kind of tire can handle that?
That's where adventure touring tires come in.
Adventure touring tires.
Yeah, they're built to handle a wide range of conditions.
Like what?
Pavement, gravel, even light off-roading.
So they're good for everything.
Pretty much. They're like the Swiss Army knives of motorcycle tires.
Swiss Army knives. I love that analogy.
They might not be the absolute best
Yeah.
in any single category,
Yeah.
but they're incredibly versatile.
Yeah.
Capable of handling a variety of terrains.
So adventure touring tires are for those who want the freedom to explore.
Without limits.
Without limits.
Okay. So we figured out our riding purpose, and we've narrowed down the tire type. That best suits our needs. What's next on the checklist?
Once you have that general tire type in mind, the next step is diving into the specifics.
Specifics.
Like tire size, load index,
Yeah.
and speed rating. Okay. I'm already feeling a bit overwhelmed.
Don't worry. It's not as complicated as it sounds.
Okay.
Your motorcycle's owner's manual. It's going to tell you. The recommended tire size,
Okay.
which includes the width, aspect ratio, and rim diameter.
Aspect ratio. That sounds a little technical.
It's simply the ratio of the tire's height to its width. So imagine a tire that's 120 millimeters wide. Okay, if its aspect ratio is 70, means the tire's height is 70% of its width,
70% of its width.
which is 84 millimeters.
Okay, so matching those numbers to what's recommended for my bike is essential.
Absolutely. Using the wrong size tire can really mess things up. Handling, stability, even speedometer accuracy.
Got it. Size matters. What about load index and speed rating?
They're crucial for safety. The load index, it indicates the maximum weight that a tire can safely carry.
Okay.
You know, if you're riding with a passenger, luggage, gear, you need tires that can handle that extra weight.
So those long-distance adventurers, they would need tires. But the higher load index
Exactly.
to support all their gear. And the speed rating.
The speed rating, it indicates the maximum speed that the tire is designed to handle safely.
Okay, so definitely not something to ignore. How do I know what load index and speed rating I need?
Your owner's manual is your best friend.
The owner's manual?
It'll list the recommended ranges for your motorcycle.
All right, owner's manual it is. So we've covered riding purpose, tire type, size, load index, speed rating. Anything else we need to consider?
Yes, a few more things.
Okay.
Remember our chat about tread patterns?
Yeah.
Well, the specific tread pattern you choose can also depend on your typical riding conditions.
So, if I live in a rainy climate, I'd probably want a tire with more grooves to channel the water away.
You got it. Tires designed for wet conditions. They often have deeper grooves and,
Sipping.
yeah, those little slits in the tread blocks to improve water evacuation and grip.
Okay. And what if I'm planning to do some serious off-roading? I'd want a tire with a more aggressive tread pattern.
Exactly. The size, shape, and spacing of those knobby treads can make a big difference in how the tire performs on different types of terrain.
So it's all about matching the tire to the environment.
Yeah.
Got it.
Anything else?
One last thing.
What's that?
Brand and quality.
Wait, so not all tires are created equal?
Nope. Even within the same category, like street tires or off-road tires, different manufacturers that use different technologies, different materials, different construction methods.
Some brands are known for better performance.
Durability.
Exactly. It's worth doing some research, reading reviews, seeing which brands are well regarded for the type of riding you do.
Okay. Brand and quality matter. But I gotta admit, sometimes I see those prices and it's a little bit of sticker shock. Is it really worth it? to invest in the more expensive options?
That's a great question. It comes down to balancing performance, longevity, and budget.
Yeah.
High-performance tires, they often come with a higher price tag,
Makes sense.
but they might offer superior grip, handling, and feedback. On the other hand, touring tires
Yeah.
might be more budget-friendly, but they prioritize mileage over outright performance.
It's like anything else. You get what you pay for.
Exactly.
But you also have to be realistic about your needs and your budget.
Precisely.
Yeah.
It's all about finding the right balance.
Right.
And remember, even the most expensive tires won't perform well if they're not properly maintained.
Oh, right. Tire maintenance. That's a whole other topic we need to explore.
We do.
How do we keep those tires in tip-top shape? How do we make sure they're performing at their best? I guess we'll have to dive into that in the next part of our deep dive. Okay, we're back, and we're talking tire maintenance. It's easy to overlook, but trust me, it makes a huge difference in the performance, the longevity, even the safety of your tires.
It really does. Even the best tires, they need a little TLC to perform at their best.
And to keep you rolling smoothly.
So, what are the essential maintenance tips every rider should know?
Well, the most basic step, and probably the most important, is regular pressure checks. Okay, pressure checks. Seems simple enough. But how often are we talking? And how do I even know what the right pressure is for my tires?
Ideally, you should check your tire pressure at least once a week.
Once a week.
And definitely before any long rides.
Okay.
As for the correct pressure, it varies. Depending on the motorcycle and tire type, always refer to your owner's manual or the information on the tire sidewall.
At the recommended range.
Exactly.
Got it. Check weekly. Double check before those road trips. Consult the owner's manual. What about tread wear? How do I know if my tires are getting bald and need replacing?
There's a simple trick called the penny test.
Penny test?
Yeah. Grab a penny and insert it into the tread groove with Lincoln's head upside down.
Upside down.
You can see the top of his head. It's time for new tires.
Wait, really? A penny? That's awesome. I'm definitely trying that later. So, pressure checks, penny tests. What else?
Keeping your tires clean is another important step.
Okay.
Dirt, debris, even oil can build up in the treads and reduce grip. Give them a good scrub every now and then.
Makes sense. Clean tires, better grip.
Exactly.
As simple as that.
You also want to regularly inspect your tires for any signs of damage.
Damage.
Yeah. Look for cuts, cracks, punctures, bulges,
Yeah.
anything unusual.
Okay.
If you spot any damage,
Yeah.
it's best to err on the side of caution. Get it checked out by a professional.
Right. Better safe than sorry.
A blowout at high speed is not something you want to experience.
Definitely not.
And finally, if you have any spare tires, make sure you store them properly.
Store them properly.
Yeah. Keep them in a cool, dry place, away from direct sunlight, heat, and ozone.
Okay. So basically, treat those tires like the valuable assets they are.
Exactly.
Proper storage can really make a difference.
It can. It helps prevent premature aging and degradation.
Wow. We've learned so much today. From the different tire types and tread patterns to choosing the right ones and keeping them in good shape. It's amazing how much goes into something we often take for granted.
I know, right?
These round, black things, they're the unsung heroes of every motorcycle ride.
You really are.
They connect us to the road and allow us to experience the freedom and the joy of riding.
So true.
As we wrap up our deep dive, I want to leave you with a thought. What kind of tire would you choose for your dream motorcycle adventure? Maybe carving through the Alps, or exploring Patagonia, or hitting the dirt trails in Moab. Whatever your dream ride may be, there's a perfect tire out there waiting. So go explore, do your research, and find the tires that will take you wherever you want to go.